Found yourself a cheerleader. Multiple of them. It's Spirit Awakening Day. No, I don't. That sounded kind of freaky, didn't it? Good morning, Benny.
Depends on what spirits you're channeling.
We're all spirits. Oh, it's all in white and love energy. Welcome, you guys. Sue Lundquist here with the Gratitude Cafe. We have Nadine in the house today. Woo, 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 woo. Good morning, lovely.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm so excited.
I know. We've missed a couple months, but that's okay. Everything happens for a reason. So I'm going to welcome everybody. Hi, YouTube world. If you guys are driving, hello to the Pacific Northwest. We are taking calls today. And if you would like to get connected with Spirit, have some love bumps, connect with us, some real life practical tools, all that good stuff, you're welcome to give us a call at 1-888-298-5569 or locally 425-373-5527. I'm surprised I don't have those completely memorized, which I do. So I'm going to do that again. 1-888-298-5569 and then locally 425-373-5527. If you are driving and you would like to see us goofing off behind the scenes, and we're probably going to be doing some card pulls during the half-hour break on YouTube live. So if you would like to do that, just join us at 11:50. You guys just go to YouTube and just type in 11:50 a.m. It's pretty slick and easy. If you want a copy of the show, because you did get a reading from myself and Nadine, all you got to do is go to SueLundquist.com/newsletter, sign up for that, and you're going to get all the goods right then and there. Miss Nadine, it's so good. Oh, I just get this warm, fuzzy hug. I love it. Welcome, babe.
Welcome. I know. Thank you so much for having me. I love seeing you guys in person. It makes it so much more fun.
Oh, it totally does. And then, of course, good morning, Benny. I apologize. Did I not say good morning to you, love?
You did. It's fine. It's okay.
Good morning. Okay.
I'm here. I don't leave.
No. So we were talking before we started the show that Nadine has bigger horns than I do. And if you don't know what we're talking about, you're going to have to go on YouTube to check it out. Dink, dink. Dink.
I love me some skulls. My whole house is skulls, I think.
Oh, I love it. How have you been, sweetheart?
I've been really good, just super busy. Of course, fixing up my house. I have my heritage house. I'm always working on that. And just mostly like as far as mediumship goes and psychic stuff, of course, on emergency basis only, but I've been teaching a lot. That's mostly what I'm getting into now, is more mentoring. If anyone has questions.
Yes,
mostly mentoring, but I love it. It's a good way to stay, stay in this field without, just changing it up, I should say. I'm just
changing it up and monitoring and honoring your body energy.
Yeah, exactly. And, sometimes that's how our careers go, right? They just change direction or whatever's inspiring or best for us, for sure.
Yes. So like always, when we have done this in the past, I've pulled cards, and it's always interesting to see who needed to hear it, or there's like this theme, this overlaying theme that happens. So I've got them sitting here and I'm excited to share them with you, but we can continue with the conversation. And I'm going to remind people, I'm going to check my phone to see if I get any text messages, because sometimes I get text messages. Please ask. And to those of you joining us live, you're welcome to call us at 1-888-298-5569. Again, 1-888-298-5569. And locally, 425-373-5527. You can call us in. Otherwise, we're just going to chat and have fun.
Always. We always have fun.
Yeah, so before, we always do. The animal house and the spirit house and quantum soup and all the juiciness.
Always so busy.
Always. Okay, so before we jumped on, we were talking about October, November, December. In my experience and what I've been taught is this is when the veil of 3D and 5Ds and above and beyond, not above, bigger, better, greater. It's just the energy frequency is a lot thinner. The veil is thinner. So you'll find moods are changing, death, people are crossing over more frequently. We were talking about the ERs, but can you imagine October, November, December kind of wanes off a little bit, but we we're talking about, well, if you don't believe us with the moon energies, look at the ERs, look at the doctors, look at the nurses and that conversation. So what is it that we're talking about when we say the veil is thin? That is just literally, it's easier transition to go to the other side and to, I don't know what the word is I'm looking for, transition, I guess.
Connect.
Oh yeah.
The thinner the veil, the easier to connect. So maybe that's probably why people feel their loved ones around more at this time. And we're also thinking about them more with Christmas coming up and Thanksgiving, the time of families. And like we said before, the more you think of them, the more they come through.
Yes, they do. And there's actually our brain, there's actually a thing in our brain, it's called the RAS, the reticular activating system. And I'm going to go a little nerdy for you here, but I love this stuff. And yes, it kind of coincides with what we're talking about, but just bear with me here. So you've got the RAC that's in your brain. And this RAC is like your gatekeeper in your brain. It's this web in your brain that goes, okay, I'm going to think of something. Maybe it's a red VW bug. And you haven't been thinking of a red VW bug, but for whatever reason, you're going to go buy a red VW bug, and you go and you find it and you get all the information about it. And you walk out and you're still thinking about it. Now your RAC is going to find everything in your external world that supports the red VW bug. So whatever you're thinking about, negative or positive, guess what? The RAC is going to find that in your external world. So it's really important that you keep a really positive mindset. Yes, of course, we can wane off and have our pity parties and all that, but
come back.
Please realign.
Always come back.
Always come back. Always realign. So you have been doing more teaching. What has been coming up for you, Miss Nadine?
So a lot of people wanting to get into this industry and wanting to get into this field and develop their abilities. So there's lots of questions that people ask, and I always find myself teaching, whether in like a professional setting or via Facebook or even just running into people, right? So I live in a small town. I live in a small, tiny town next to a bigger town where I grew up. And so everywhere I go, it's kind of like, are you that medium? Are you that medium? So I've become almost like, you know how Teresa Caputo goes around and she can't not run into people, and they start talking to me and then a bing, bing, bing. So it's not only setting boundaries of spirit, but I'm starting to like kind of, because before I would just be blah, 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 and I'd spend an hour with everyone I saw off the cuff, because of course their spirits come through right away. But I've been trying to set boundaries with people as well, like kind of, I'm getting
good. You're
the one who taught me everything about boundaries. So as I get older, I'm getting better with boundaries, with spirit and with people. But I don't mind a little bit here and there in teaching and depending what my mood is like. But yeah, it's just been, I prefer to teach now, I think, more than anything, because I think it's important that we teach, because we've had this discussion before, is that, you can, just because you can do readings or you have the ability to do readings doesn't mean you know how to do it professionally and properly.
And with integrity and permission. P.S.
And with permission. And I know when people are first starting out, it's exciting, right? It's so exciting for these messages to be coming through and for them to be validating and connecting. But we have to be very, very careful what messages we say, like what is it necessary?
Right.
Is it kind? Is it necessary? How am I going to say this in the best possible way so that it gives them the healing or the message that they need? So I always encourage people to find a mentor, find a medium who's a mentor. Even if you have to book them by the hour just to ask questions. If you don't want to do a full schooling, but you want questions answered, that's the best way. Sorry, I'm ADHD, so I'm always like touching things and twitching.
You look beautiful. Okay, sweetheart, we have a couple calls. Let's jump in. You want to do that?
Yay. Yeah, I do.
I do. Okay, so for our first caller, it's Denise from Sandpoint, Idaho. Welcome, Denise. This is Sue. Please meet Nadine.
Thank you.
Are you there, love?
How are you doing today?
She's there, Sue.
Hello?
You're just kind of talking on top of each other there. So go ahead there,
God.
Denise. Yeah, it's okay. You're fine.
Okay. Hi. Good morning.
Good morning, love. What's your question?
Oh, well, today's my birthday. And I'm just a little unsure. Not sure if I want to stay living where I'm living. Not sure where I want to wind up in this other side of my aging life. I'm just wondering if I have any guides out there that want to give me some push.
Move.
Yes, move.
No, that's it. As soon as like bang, strong as day, I heard move, move, really loud, move. And they're not usually that direct with me. So it was very bang, move. Yes, this you know this. You know this. This is something you need. You need a new direction. And I feel like you're moving somewhere warmer. Do you live somewhere that's not warm?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so I feel you want sunshine. You live for sunshine. And I mean, who doesn't? But it's going to be somewhere warmer. And there's a career opportunity coming. So don't worry about work. Like you're going to move, it's going to be warmer, and there's going to be something really exciting career-wise. So if you're worried about your career or money or whatever it is, it'll come. It's coming.
Awesome.
Yeah, these are really positive changes for you. And it feels like it's bang, 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 bang. Like this feels like it's soonish, maybe like right after the new year, something like that.
Okay.
Fully supported, let go of the worries, adventure. So this is about you being adventurous.
Awesome.
And I know there's fear holding you back, but let it go. You already know the answer to this. You know it's coming. You know you need to make this move.
Love and trust, my friend. Love and trust. Jump in.
And
sounds
happy
good.
birthday.
I'm sorry, I missed that.
Oh, I said happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You're
Happy
you have a lot of-
birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
I just wanted to say one last thing. Your angels and guides are really close right now. So it's a really good time to be journaling. Have you ever done that, like psychic writing?
I haven't.
Okay, so what you need to do is if you have any questions after this that you kind of need clarity on, like maybe a specific city or town or something, or a specific date to go, I want you to sit in kind of a quiet, it doesn't even have to be a full-blown meditation, just kind of sit quiet and ask your guides to come forward with light and love and answer some questions for you. And how I do it is I take a piece of paper or whatever and I just write what the question is, and then you sit quietly. I mean, anything that comes into your mind, anything, I'm talking anything, just write it. They'll answer your question. It'll feel like it's you answering. It'll feel like your voice, but it's actually them.
Okay.
And it's a really fun technique to get your answers. But I already know your answers. You're going to move.
Yay! Yay! Happy birthday, Denise. Thank you so much for calling in from Sandpoint, Idaho. All right, we have got our second caller. For those of you that are listening, you're welcome to call in as well. We are taking calls 1-888-298-5569, locally 425-373-5527. Again, 1-888-298-5569. And our second caller is Cynthia from Issaquah. Thank you so much for joining us, love. This is Sue.
Hi. Thank you for taking my call. I appreciate it. So my question is, I think the spirit wants me to move. I don't know where they want me to move to, but I keep putting the motions to do it. For example, I have this trunk that was my mother's that died. She died 26 years ago, and I was trying to sell it, and I had it all set up for somebody to come look at it, and the other leg fell off of it when they came over, and they said, "Oh, you false advertised this," and I didn't know the other leg had fallen off of it because I've been so busy. So it feels like every time I try towards going forward, the universe is like, no. So I don't know what the guides are saying. This was my mother's trunk. Maybe I'm not supposed to sell some of her furniture. She's on the other side. So any guidance they have, because this is very frustrating.
I hear the
It's-
birdie.
Oh, I love it. So I know we always say this in hindsight, but it's funny because as soon as you got on the phone and you're talking about moving, bang, your mom came in. So even before you said it, and sorry, she's 1 second. I always cut off because I start hearing your mom's talking at the same time. So your mom is telling me that it doesn't have to do, so the trunk does have to do with you moving. It is a sign about moving, and it's about your own hesitation. So whenever you're getting ready to go or whatever, something stops you, like the trunk. She says you need to be fully ready. And whatever is holding you back, you're going to have to release. And you know what this is. So are you moving south? I don't know where Issaquah is, but
I don't
feel
know where I'm moving. That's the whole thing. I don't know where to move.
Okay, I keep hearing south.
Job.
You're going south. You are going to move, but you're moving south. Your mom talks about it's not an attachment. She's not attached to the trunk, your mom. She's not, so don't worry about letting go of the trunk. It's more for her, it's a symbol of make sure you're fully prepared when you move. That's why the leg came out from under it. She talks about her jewelry a lot. Do you have her jewelry, or do you wear her jewelry?
Yes, I have her jewelry.
Okay. She says there's some kind of a necklace for good luck. Something for good luck she wants you to wear if you're not already wearing it. I keep doing this, like I'm playing with my necklace. It's like something she wore all the time. It has to do with good luck. And she says this will bring you the knowledge that you need. I don't know what it is. She talks about flipping through photographs. Have you been looking at pictures of her recently, or is there photos that were in the trunk?
No, but I do have photos of her. Yeah.
Okay. So usually when they give me like the photo album flipping through, it's either a symbol that you've been looking at the pictures lately or moving pictures around.
Yes, I've been moving pictures around.
Okay. So please know that your mom is here with you. She says, I love you. I love you so much. I'm proud of you no matter what you do. So don't ever feel like a failure or that you're not making the right choices. She says right now, you're making the right choice. This move is the right choice. I think you need to prepare a bit more. I think you need to really get clear, like Sue always says, get clear about your intentions and what it is you're exactly looking for. But it's definitely south. I don't know the states very well. I'm so sorry, but I know that you're moving south.
No, don't worry about that.
Florida, I was looking at Florida where my friend is up the south. So maybe that's
pretty south, isn't it?
That's south.
That's
pretty much the farthest you can get, I believe.
Yeah, that is all the way on the other side. Hey, Cynthia, something keeps coming up for me, and it's about forgiveness and frustration. Where are you at energetically with forgiving and releasing your frustrations?
It goes kind of in a circle. It gets released and then it comes back again.
Like what is that? What's the bucket and the sailboat? You're trying to empty all the water out of the bucket, out of the sailboat. Was that what I'm trying to say? That's what they're showing me, like a bucket. They're sinking, like it's sinking. And I see you with a bucket shoveling it out. So it's going to be a continual process, and just keep doing, let it out, let it out, let it out, let it out. And that's going to help with other frequencies in your body to bring in love, to bring in those messages that you're hearing from your mom and other people. Oh, yes, Nadine?
Sorry, she just said to me, sorry, for clarity, your mom just said to me, you need to get excited about moving. You need to get excited, not worry.
Changing the frequency.
You need to change up that energy of should I, could I, where am I going, da 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 da. She says, instead of like worrying, she wants you to get excited. Get excited, change the frequency, get excited for the move. It's time. You're ready to live your life. You're ready for the sunshine. You need a change. You need an adventure. Yeah.
Cynthia, by chance, and this is for Denise and Cynthia and all this keeps coming back up. At the front of the show, I talked about the RAS, your reticular activating system. It is scientifically, you've got this in your brain. It's a web in your brain that what you focus on, your external world, the brain is going to bring it to you. So it's the same thing here, Cynthia. Get excited, get pictures of sunshine. then that's going to start, the external world's going to start showing up on where you're supposed to be going. We never know where the end is. We really don't. We can intend, we can set that up of, hey, I want sunshine, I want a beach, I want warmth, I want to be outside. And then you got to release it to the love and white energy. You know, it's love and choice. Love and trust is what, and choice. Choose love and trust too.
Love and trust. It says right there. One quick thing, your mom, have you got your, I know this is weird, but have you had your eyes checked lately? Because your mom keeps talking about getting your eyes checked. So I don't know if your vision's changed.
I was talking to somebody yesterday about getting new glasses that I had my eyes checked a year ago, but yeah, I could probably, it's a good point.
There's a metaphor in that too. There's a metaphor in that.
Or it just means you need new glasses.
Yeah. All the above. Take it as all the above. Why not,
it's
right?
just confirmation about your mom being around. She was really thankful to you, your mom. She says, she's gonna make me cry. She says, I'm so thankful for everything you did for me. And putting your life on hold for her and just being her best friend. And she's so thankful for you.
Yeah. And I helped her transform over. Yeah.
She's so thankful for that. She wasn't scared because you're there and you're her best friend.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
That's beautiful.
She died at 33 when I was 33. So
that's too young. Too young. Gone too soon.
Over that I found out Friday at 82. So I was shocked at that yesterday. But today the veil is the thinnest. So, and thank you that she came through and that you guys told me that, because I really miss her so still. She was my best friend.
Yeah, she was. And she's with you all the time though. That I know she sends you lots of signs and symbols, and I know you see her, and I know it's not the same as them being here physically, but I'm so thankful, and so is your mom, that you have that connection with her still. Look for butterflies.
Yeah. And release that grief, release and forgive all of it. Just release it all so you can have just allowing more frequency, the love to come in, right?
Yeah. Yes, that's very true.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm
All
excited.
right. Big love to you. Big love to you. And thanks, moms, for coming in. Thank you, Benny, for taking the calls. Let me give out the phone number again, and then we're going to take a commercial break, and we're going to go live on YouTube. I'm going to pull a card. Actually, I've got 3 sitting here that have messages. So if you'd like to join us on YouTube, do that. Just go to YouTube and type in 1150. We are live here. We're taking calls 1-888-298-5569. Again, 1-888-298-5569. Locally, 425-373-5527. You're welcome to give us a call during the commercial break. Benny will take loving care of you. We're going to go live on YouTube, and we will come back in a few minutes. Love you guys.
Cool. All clear.
Yay. Yeah. So I kept
in a row.
Yeah, that's awesome. And the moving. So low self-esteem, surrender to defensiveness. So these are the cards. So current is low self-esteem. So that forgiveness, I love that. You deserve success, love, and abundance. Set the intention. What did we talk about? Set the intention to identify and release any remnants of low self-esteem or any remnants of, the poor energy for those of you. Hi, YouTubers. Sorry. I'm just going to keep rambling here. Then defensiveness, that's also a blocker, right? And you have to have forgiveness. And that kept coming up with Cynthia, like forgive, release all that. Like she's carrying those bags, like that bucket,
with trunk.
Yeah. Literally metaphorically speaking too. That defensiveness, that's a sign of low self-esteem and just not knowing, right? You just don't have the tools. Some people say it's a weakness. I don't. I think it's a learning tool. I think everything, the shadow side, whatever, it's all a discernment. It's all a contrast. You can learn from it regardless. And then the seahorse came to us today as an animal spirit. And the seahorse is all about moving forward, watch and wait. watch and wait. So look at that. The self-esteem, setting the intention, releasing, not being defensive because you got to open up that energy, and then to watch and wait and see how the magic unfold.
And to move somewhere warm where there's seahorses. Like Florida.
Yay! I'm so excited for you guys. It's going to be fun. So for those of you on YouTube, you can go to SueLundquist.com/newsletter and you can get a copy of this show. We post it on 1150 YouTube channel, my YouTube channel, my website, all that kind of good stuff. If you want to get a hold of Nadine for mentorship, are you open for mentorship clients right now, love? Or are we
actually not at this moment? I'm right full, but anytime people can find me on Facebook anytime. I answer questions all the time. So.
Okay. Yeah. I wasn't sure. I probably should have asked that prior to, but I put you on the spot. Look at that.
I'm open. I'm open to anything. No, I'm open to any messages or whatever. And if I feel like I'm not the right person to answer, I always just pass people along to my friends.
Yeah. Thank you. Waiting for the commercials. Yeah. So finally, the book started flowing. Finally. So for those of you in YouTube world, we're going. Here we go.
Here we go. Start.
All right. Welcome back. Sue Lundquist here with the Gratitude Cafe. We're taking calls. We do have a caller on hold, so give us just a minute. I'm going to remind everybody to call at 1-888, excuse me, 1-888-298-5569. And then locally 425-373-5527. Top of the hour, we talked about the RAC, or RAS, which I'll talk about it later. But I think it's important that you guys, you attract what you think about, flat out. And it's scientifically, you have a thing in your brain. It's a web. I'm not going to go all neurology on you, but it's a web. What you think about, you will attract in your external world. You just will. So it's so important to you to maintain a positive frequency, positive mindset, not this, woo-woo, I'm going to, everything's okay. We know stuff hits the fan. We know that. It's coming back around again and realigning yourself to love and trust, even if you don't know what that looks like, because we're in the business of, I don't know what that even looks like, but I'm going to tell you anyways.
Look for the silver lining. I look for the silver lining, even in the darkness. So I tell people, even when you're in the deep, dark pits of whatever, just always keep knowing that you're going to come out of it. You always come out of it. Right? You always come out of it.
This is happening for a reason. Yeah.
It's happening for a reason. And talk about positive thoughts and stuff. Even though you have, so if you have a positive thought, right? Oh, I want to do this or I want to do that. And you're thinking and dreaming about it. How you get there might not always be positive.
Oh, totally. Good point, sis. Yes.
Right? So you can go through a lot of releasing, a lot of breakups, a lot of people leaving your life. And you're like, what is going on? Why is all this negative stuff happening to me? And then eventually it leads you to positive, exactly where you're supposed to be. So when you're attracting something, like maybe you're like, oh, I don't have, I'm tired of my friends. They don't seem authentic, or I'm really bored in my job, or whatever these kind of thoughts are. And then you start thinking, oh, I need a new job. Well, maybe you get fired out of nowhere. Like, who knows, right? Maybe your friend, does something to betray you. And you think, why would the universe send me a friend who would betray me? Well, cause
you asked for it.
You knew it.
Yeah.
Knew they weren't there for your growth. And the universe knows that this person isn't good for your growth. You've outgrown them. So how the universe gets rid of them is, and if you can't set a boundary, sometimes the universe will set it for you.
Or they'll keep showing you that example over and over again. And oh, we know that, don't we? I
do. I love to bang my head against the wall multiple times before I get it. I need at least 10 knocks on the head sometime.
Oh my gosh. I'm like, not enough signs. Can we have it bigger, better, greater, please? Yeah, I know.
Even though I know the first time.
I know
the first time, that, but I still want to.
Yes.
Sometimes I like to test the universe.
Yeah. And then they test us, and then we wonder why we'll be tested. Hello, bing, 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 bing. I know. All right. We have got a caller. We are taking calls today. Here's the number 1-888-298-5569 and locally 425-373-5527. We have Gretchen from Seattle. This is Sue. Hi, welcome. Meet Nadine as well.
Hi, welcome. Also, I have so many questions, but I don't even know where to start. And maybe that's the question. Like I have so many interests in things that I'm doing and changing, and I have a hard time focusing.
Oh, sparkling,
And,
swirling. Yep.
A lot going on, and I'm creating something new, and I'm filtering it down, and I don't know which way to go or what to focus on, or if I should just do everything a little bit and then see what I like. I don't know. It's somewhat related to career. I'm not, and school and healing. And I am getting, go ahead.
Sorry. Creativity is the first thing that popped into my head from Spirit is you have to choose the path most creative. So whether that means art-wise, working with creative people, going to school for something more creative, there needs to be more creativity in your life. So if you're doing multiple things right now and one of them is your creative side or it sparks your creativity, that's the path you're going to choose first.
All right. That sounds right.
Does that make sense?
Yes. And that's what feeds my soul versus pays the bills. But
did you just hear her voice change? Did you just hear the frequency in her voice change when she said that?
Yeah.
Gretchen, were you aware of that?
What did you hear?
I just heard excitement. I heard vitality. There was a complete energy change when you started talking about that versus right when you started on the phone.
Right.
Because she needs the art. You need art. Art is who you are. You need that creativity. Everything else will suck the life out of you. And I know we need to make money and sometimes we can't just do exactly what we want to do. But this is definitely the direction that you need to go in and break that part down. Focus on that part. Everything else can wait. Everything else can wait.
Hey,
So
Gretchen,
I'm direction.
Yeah, Gretchen, did you have a grandma or grandpa? And I keep hearing pops, not grandpa, but pops. Does that resonate with you at all?
What do you mean? That's passed away a long time ago? Or
yeah, versus like I've got a grandma saying grandma's here, but I've also got, it feels like a grandfather, but he says it's not grandfather, it's pops. Like I'm the pop.
Possibly. I mean, I have a lot of people in my life that have died. So recently and throughout my entire life, it's a consistent. I mean, every decade of my life, I've had people die that I love. I have not had a break from that. So
this could be somebody who's like a grandfather or like a father as well. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be like your actual biological, right?
Yeah, it's just they are correcting me when I say grandfather. They're saying pops. No, it's pops.
So did you have oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. What were you going to say? Because I'm interested, because I have been thinking about somebody and I think you're right on top of that. So,
well, pops to me says keep going. And when he pops in, that sounds really funny, but as he's talking to me, he keeps showing me the ocean. He says, keep going. And then he's showing me the ocean.
Okay. It's making me cry now.
Oh.
Thank you. I think it's possibly another gender, but there is no gender. So that's fine. But there's a person that I used to live with in the South Pacific that was like a parent to me who died a couple of years ago, and they just speak. They're in my dreams like every night. I can't. It's so intense. They died really suddenly, and I didn't get a chance to say goodbye. And I think they're trying to tell me something. So
keep going.
Figure it out.
Yeah, I heard keep going.
This person talks about seashells, and I know she said ocean, but she talks about seashells. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It really does.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of owl energy coming through for me lately, so that's never happened before. And she was really loved owls.
And wise.
So,
She's very wise.
yeah. And I'm
So
an educator, so that also.
So like, is there a P in her name though? Like, does her name start with a P, or I'm just trying to think.
Yeah,
Pops.
Yeah, I'm like, what is Pops?
Well, she spoke French, so I'm trying to figure out in French if that meant anything.
Did she
Her
love
name-
soda? Like maybe she was a big pop drinker. I don't know. I'm trying to.
Yeah. I'll figure that out. Sometimes it'll fit later on, you know?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Something could happen that exactly. You know the drill. It could mean something that's coming up for sure.
So let me read to you guys what the owl spirit is. Can I do that for us, Gretchen?
That would be great. Yes. Thank
The
you.
owl spirit animal represents the free thinker, the oddball, and the quintessential entrepreneur. Owls see what others do not. I got goosebumps.
Yes. I'll see what others do not.
Yep.
Ah.
Goosebumps. And keep going. Keep going.
And you need to be in nature. Like you need to
I feel that.
Yeah, you got to get closer to nature. Your friend makes me feel like it was important to her as well, like being outside, being with nature, really listening to the spirits of the outside, of the forest, basically. And as you're listening to the owl and the ocean, and
I'm still curious what Pops is. I'm not getting an answer.
it'll come. It'll come.
I know. It will come. It has to make sense. But yeah, definitely. I was thinking last night. I think I'm going to go down to the beach where there's the water on the Puget Sound, and I'm going to walk on the beach, even though it's like freezing cold. I'm going to walk on the beach. I might even take my shoes off.
Do it. Oh, always with the shoes off.
Always.
You got to ground. You got to always take your shoes. Maybe there's a pop shop. Maybe you're going to see like an old time pop shop down there.
If you can't look at this, Nadine, I wrote Grandpa Pops, Ocean, and then keep going.
You didn't, but you wrote Grandma. You wrote
Well, Grandma was the first one that came in, and then I said grandfather, and they said no, Pops. Pops. They kept correcting me.
In French, grandfather is a papi,
Mm-hmm.
But she was a female. But you know what? I feel like, once you are transitioned to spirit world, there's no gender. So, hey.
Yeah.
True, but I don't want it to feel like we're reaching for something either. It'll come up.
It'll make sense.
It'll make sense somewhere, but I love it. But keep going is the biggest message. Keep going, and ocean is coming through for sure. And keep doing what creatively lights your fire.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
Did you
so
catch
much.
the top of
Appreciate
the show when Nadine was talking about just sitting down and journaling, asking the question?
The psychic writing or what?
Yeah.
Yes. I think that would be a great tool for you as well.
I was thinking of doing that today, and that I've done it before a couple times. It's really very interesting. So I definitely should.
Well, sorry. You can talk to your friend. You can talk to your friend directly and ask her questions, and she can give you answers too.
Yeah, and you're going to have to find me on social media or something and let me know what Pops means, because that's going to drive me bonkers. I would also like to do a little disclaimer here for those of you, and Gretchen, because you came in and you were talking about you needed clarity and you're a little bit scattered and you had a bunch of things going on. When you do this psychic reading or writing, get it down, then really hone in on what feels authentic and genuine and really passionate for you, because a lot of that could just be, dumping and letting it all out. Right, Nadine? Help me out here if I'm going wrong. But because we're creatives, we like all these things, right? And when Gretchen first called in, she was concerned about all of that. She's got too many things going on. So honing in on and feeling like taking the top 3 things that really pop for you, and then, discerning that down. How does that feel?
Yeah, that sounds like a better idea than just, I'm interested in everything and want to do it all. So
Yeah. And that was the first question when you came in. So it's going to be really important And I think your body's already telling you that. You were already talking about going to the ocean, getting grounded, then doing the writing.
That sounds much better than cleaning my house all day.
Right? Totally. I'm with you
Yeah.
on that one. Get out of the house. I know the house can be so distracting when you work from the home. I'm like, no, I got to go out so I can be more productive with work.
Yeah, go out, then come back
Right
in.
now, the weather is allowing and sunny, so it's time. Yeah.
Oh, go take advantage of it. Yeah, nothing like the beautiful green weather in the Pacific Northwest. Gretchen, thank you so much, sweetheart. And we love you. Keep going. Spirit loves you, and have a wonderful holiday season too.
Thank you so much for everything. I appreciate both of you.
You betcha. All right. Wow. So the message, ocean, travel, moving.
Yeah. Yeah.
Following what's truly authentic and genuine for you. And, I was just talking to another colleague about this, Nadine, the FOMOs. We get so distracted with the FOMO, like I want this, that person has. I want to do what that person has. I want that sparkly thing and that sparkly thing and that one. However, that's a confidence. That's a personal thing. If you feel solid, authentic, and genuine within yourself, the sparkly things aren't going to matter because you are so solid, authentic, and genuine. You've heard me say those anchor words before, because it just, is this authentic and genuine to me? Is this really bring me passion and love? And we've got another caller, so hang on just a second. This is fun. But right, and really getting clear on what that looks like, anchoring into authentic and genuine.
You know what I do every once in a while? When I'm starting to feel stuck or like, what do I do next, or overwhelmed or wanting too many things, I always say to myself, okay, Nadine, if you could have anything in the world, if money wasn't a factor or where you lived wasn't a factor, what would you do the most? What would drive your passion? And I go, blah, 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 blah. Right? So it really, for me, that's what focuses me in, of like, what is it that I love, and breaking it down. And it can be multiple things you love, but something can tie them all together.
Exactly. And just like your writing exercise that you gave us at the top of the hour, and bringing all that. And that's what I was kind of getting to with Gretchen, because, blah, 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 getting it all out, which is great because it's a vent. And then going, oh my gosh, yes, yes, and yes, to those things that fire you up. All right. We have Laura from Delaware. Good morning, sweetheart. Welcome. I'm Sue, and there's Nadine.
Oh, well, thank you for having me. And I thank the previous caller and your guys' great advice, because that actually helped me narrow down my questions to one. Because especially the advice that you said to kind of, what if you had all the money in the world, what would you be doing? So, because I didn't know what I was going to ask. I had like 10 questions narrowed down to 3, and now I have 1. So I do love my job, what I do for a living now, but then I'm also feeling really strongly compelled to go down this spiritual path, and it's like compelled, like it came out of nowhere, and I felt like something is like saying, you've got to do this. So I've started meditating, which is not me. And then even taking like these spirit circles, like, trying to contact, get in touch with my spirit guides, and even like be a medium. Not like professionally, but reach spirit and read other people. I spend so much time on this and learning about it. But I'm not really that great at it yet. But I even took a course at the Alfred Finley College, and I just don't really know. There's just so much information out there. I don't know really what I'm good at and what I'm not. And maybe if you guys can kind of tune in to any of my energy, and maybe can kind of give me some advice. I am kind of like the other caller, where I'm very inquisitive and will go everywhere. And I just maybe need a little bit more like focused And so it would be helpful if somebody said, you know what, you seem to be pretty good at this. Maybe go towards this. That would be really helpful.
So what interests you the most? Like when I say mediumship, when I say psychic, when I say tarot, when I say crystal energy, what really bounces for you?
Really, I think mediumship does, but I think that with mediumship, there's that psychic element. But I definitely think that mediumship does.
Yeah.
But I think it's more of a combination for me.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say everything that you do spiritually right now, like all this work that you're doing spiritually is because you're shifting, right? So you've been called to this journey. Spirit has come in, you're in tune with it. You've been called to this, but what you need to do. So I know mediumship is going to be your direction, and you don't have to do it professionally in order to fine tune it. You don't. But you already know that this is who you are because you've already had premonitions, you've already had things happen that have validated this for you. And what happens is when we don't have professional training, like in order to do readings or whatever, we feel like we don't really have control of it, or it only comes through when it wants to come through versus how can I make this happen right now for myself or my client? So that just comes down to calling them in. And then trusting what they're saying, right? It's practice calling them in. I did a lot of, random readings or took lots of courses. But you need to find like mentor. Like I learned from Carmel Baird up here in Canada. She's amazing.
So did I. And I'm hearing, get a mentor, get a teacher, because there's discernment, there's boundaries, there's integrity, there's permission. There's stuff that you need a foundation before you move forward, because it's a big being of service. It's a big responsibility on how you answer the questions that are coming through too. Exactly what we talked about at the top of the hour, Nadine.
And mediumship encompasses all that. Mediumship encompasses, the psychic, the meditation, the energy of objects, the cards. Like you can develop all of that. Psychic mediumship develops all of that. I started off doing Reiki. And that's how my mediumship came through the strongest, is when I was actually doing energy healing on people.
Me too.
But again, this doesn't have to be a career change for you. You love your career. You can dabble in the spiritual side of things. I was in fashion while I did my mediumship and stuff on the side. So, and then it just developed into that was full time because it was my interest at the time. Can I do this? Can I do it? Can I do it on a professional level? Can I bring them in when I want to bring them in? How do I control this? How do I set boundaries? Especially if you're a natural medium where things are already happening to you, it's nice to develop it. It is, just even for your own self. For me, I developed it in order to set boundaries with spirit. I didn't like being bombarded randomly with messages. I didn't like spirit showing up in my house. I didn't want that. So I'm like,
you're not allowed in my bedroom. You're not allowed in my bathroom. And if you got a message, go bring your human to me, please.
Yeah. Yeah. Go find your human. They can call me.
Yeah. Bring your human to me.
But
Laura,
don't get discouraged about outside validation about what you're good at and what you're not good at.
Yeah.
And yet you don't need to know what you're the best at yet. Just keep working at it. Keep developing, keep reading about it. James Van Praagh writes really good books. Carmel Baird, Teresa Caputo, even Sylvia Brown. Dive into those books. I read a lot of books on past life, not past life regression, near-death experiences.
Me too, yeah.
Like in order to develop my mediumship, I read a lot about near-death experiences. So just some of the
What's the mentor you went to?
Carmel Joy Baird.
Baird.
Yeah, Carmel.
Yard.
Baird. We both did. She's amazing. She's in Canada. You can look her up online. Really quick, before we head out, Laura, what's with singing? Are you a singer, or do you like singing? Is that something that you're looking at doing? What's coming up with singing?
No, I just sing a lot in my house.
All right. Spirit likes you singing.
Oh,
I just-
I think, yeah, I'm not a good singer at all, but I love to sing in the house, in funny voices, and yeah. Yeah, and I sing to my dog and my daughter. I sing almost everything. Sometimes instead of talking, I'll sing what I'm saying. Like,
There you go. I love that. So that's
Yeah.
a release of energy too. That's your communication tool, right? So that's beautiful.
Cool. And music is always a high
I'm little
vibration.
weirdo.
No, singing is a very high vibration. It's a
Absolutely.
very high vibration, and that's what keeps your spirits up. And it's good to sing. Heaven is musical. Heaven is always musical. One more thing, feathers, angel feathers, white feathers. You're going to be finding a lot of feathers. I don't know if you've recently found feathers or if that's a sign for you, but I see you finding feathers from angels.
Oh my gosh, yes. I even looked it up. Yes. I just looked that up last week. What do they mean? Because I've been finding them. Birds are very symbolic to me, like to the point where I even put a bird feeder outside. They've been very lately. I've been, yes, I like birds. Yes.
Well,
And singing.
that's spirit
Yeah.
telling you. That spirit's telling you, they're around you. Your angels are very strong. You're very connected to the other side, and to keep going forward with this journey. That's your sign.
Thank
keep
you.
singing. Keep singing.
That's so good to know that somebody appreciates my voice, because I know my daughter doesn't.
Well,
Keep singing.
keep singing. Don't stop. It's just keep doing it. It's a beautiful frequency. Thank you so much for following your guidance, Laura, and giving us a call. Big, brave work. Keep at it. Keep in touch with us. Get my newsletter, SueLundquist.com/newsletter. Just let us know how it's going. You can find us on social media. Pop in and say hello, all that kind of good stuff. To Denise and Cynthia, Gretchen and Laura, and to all of those that have tuned in today. There's a reason that you heard the message. So there's going to be a squeaky wheel in there of love or clarity. There's connection. There's something going on. And the holidays are coming up. We got about 2 minutes, Miss Nadine. Got anything you want to add before we head out?
Trust those energy. Trust those symbols, signs. Trust when you're journaling. I'm telling you, if you want to connect to the other side real quick and real easy without any training, psychic writing. And it's a lot easier than you think. It's a lot easier than you think. Sometimes I just write down, what should I know today? What do I need to know? What do I need to know today? And then you just sit quiet, and anything that comes, you just write as fast as you can. Write. I don't read it till way after. Like, I don't read it till I'm done. You don't need to read. You don't need to correct it. You don't need to change your spelling mistakes. Just write as fast as you can.
I love it. So did you guys hear that? What do I need to know today? And you had another question. What message does Spirit have? You could ask a specific question.
Yeah, whatever specific question. Should I move?
Should I move
to?
Yeah. With that one, with yes, no, and need more information. So I take little pieces of paper and write yes, no, need more information, fold it up and put it in, and I sit and meditate. I hold them on my heart, and then I put them down, and I ask the question, and it's either yes, no, or need information.
That's super cool.
That's
super. That's
lots
fast.
of juicy tools. Yeah, lots of juicy tools today. Miss Nadine, I love doing this. It gets me fired up.
Yeah, it's so fun. Well, our energies are, absolutely. Yeah. Now I'm going to go sing for the rest of the day.
I know, I love it. So remind all of you, the first Tuesday of every month, Nadine and I are in here taking calls. If you want more, let me know. Let me know if you want us to come on here more, if this is something that you really enjoy. I know we love it. But with all of that, you guys can find Sue and Nadine on social media, all that kind of good stuff. I will see you next week live with another guest. Miss Nadine, love you, darling. Thank you so much. Benny, love you, darling. Have a wonderful week. And to all of you out there, each of you are a gift. Get out there and share yourself with the world.